But yeah, speaking of Texas, let's get into the new single because the song is really great, and there's a Texas connection to this, which I'll get into, and I want to hear how this relationship happened as well. The newest single is a song called "Cowboy's Church." Before we get into that, you just literally, I think either today or yesterday, found out that this song has been nominated for Christian Song of the Year at the Texas Country Music Awards. Congratulations on that. That's going to be awesome to hear.
Thank you so much. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. I went to the awards last year for the first time with my agent Diane and just went down to Billy Bob's to check it out because I'd heard all the hype. And a friend of mine had won an award and I kind of went on his behalf to pick it up for him. I was, come on, I get to go to the awards and pick up his award for him. Like, sure,
Right?
yeah, buddy, you won. Anyway, so that was really cool. So then just, less than a year later, I've got a song on there. And it's not just me, it's with Zane is just crazy.
Yeah, Zane Williams from the Wider Blue. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of Zane's just from his old songwriters challenges that he used to do. I don't know if you remember those, but man,
I
those were
still do.
always fun. Yeah, he still does them from time to time. But yeah, he's just such a phenomenal artist, Texas through and through. And first of all, tell us how that happened. Like, how did you end up with Zane? I keep telling my wife all the time when we play this song. I'm sorry I'm all over the place here, but like to have Zane Williams sing in a harmony on your song, that's got to be just holy crap, right?
I know. I know. I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna be honest, this is so cringe. I've like practiced telling this story because I'm like, Megan, you've got to come up with like a succinct, coherent story. But one, I'm just too
Hopefully more
emotional.
coherent than my question, I hope.
You are so much more articulate than me. Like so many times in interviews, I'm like, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. You're not making any sense. It's a very long story. I'll try to make it quick. Essentially, I met Diane and we started working together. She's a booking agent in Texas, and we're working on some cool stuff. And she got me some shows lined up, and one of them was to open for a band called the Wilder Blue at Do Do at the Big Barn, which I had heard about that, and I was like, oh, I would love to play there. Are you kidding? Yes, please
Yeah.
sign me up. Never heard of this band called the Wilder Blue though. That's cool. I heard they're great. And so I think I listened to one song before, like a schmuck. And before the show, I opened for them. They seemed like nice guys. We did a quick hello. Their bus had broken down. They were late. It was a whole thing. And so I get off stage. I'm at the merch table doing my thing. They come on and I watch their show and I'm like, holy leap. Like I've only had a handful of moments in my life where somebody musically impacted me and I had a moment and it was one of those moments and I was like,
Mhm.
what the hell, Megan? Anyway, they're unbelievable live. Their songs are incredible and I just kind of fell in love with them. So they were super nice guys. I'm sure they were like, thanks for opening for us. Megan Baker, we'll see you later.
Megan Baker, kind of like me calling them Wider Blue just now. Good lord. Go ahead.
I didn't notice. No, 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 no. It's fine. But I'm sure they don't think anything of it, right? And so get back home and a few weeks before Texas, I had written Cowboy's Church and thought it was a great song, but didn't think it was for me. It's a cowboy song. It's obviously a dude song. In fact, I even think we had a demo made for it with a male singer. So a few weeks later, I'm home and I'm on a long drive, and I just kind of had this vision. I was actually listening to the Wilder Blue, and I was deep diving into Zane's catalog because I'm late to the party, completely in love with this songwriting. And I
Mm.
just had this vision of what if I recorded that song and I got them to be a part of it. And so I have a voice text that I sent my producer Dave Flint and I was like, "Hey, I think I want to do this song and this is a long shot, but I think I'm going to ask these guys to be a part of it." And and he was like, "All right, well, let's build this up." So we kind of he hustled to put this beautiful track together. And I was in the back of my mind, like formulating an email to Zane, like, hi, you don't know me. We met like one time, but I just really think this would be amazing. And so we got the track done and I emailed Zane, a very, succinct but long message about, I just opened for you the one time. You don't really know me. I write songs every day in Nashville. Your music came along at a really important time for me. So thank you. I have this song. I know you have a lot going on, but if you like it at all and you'd like to be a part of it, like just let me know. That would be amazing. Didn't hear anything.
Hmm.
Um, and so like a few weeks go by and I think I resent it and I didn't really hear back and I was like, okay, well that's probably that, right? Um, they were remember when I said I was gonna make this a short story? I'm so sorry.
I love the long stories. Please don't
Okay,
apologize. That's kind of the point of the show. So I love it.
okay, good. Well, they were going to come down and play in Alabama, and so I was fully prepared to drive down to Alabama and go see them. I bought the tickets, and there's a place on their website. I'm part of their hideout, which is like you pay X amount of dollars a month, however much you want to just be in the know. So I like RSVP'd to the show. I've never told this story. And so Zane, I woke up one morning and I had actually been really sick and I was on the mend. I don't think I was contagious, just for, you know. But I woke up and I had an email from Zane and I was like, holy crap, Zane Williams just emailed me. And he was like, hey, Megan, we do this thing where we draw names from a hat of people who RSVP'd to the show and then we bring them on the bus and we hang out. I see that you're coming and we oddly enough drew your name. Do you guys want to come hang out on the bus tonight and we'll talk about the song? And I was
No
like,
way. No
in around.
way.
I was just, I you don't want to know, like the dancing and the singing and the craziness. Don't ever tell Zayn, by the way, that I was not cool. Just let him be under the impression that I'm
Never.
cool.
I'm not going to tag him in this at all.
But anyway, so we went and we met on the bus and we didn't really get a chance to talk about the song. And I was like, God bless. What do I do now? Like that was so fun. The show was amazing. He played a song I requested at the end of the night as the encore. It was like a magical night. That was a chef's kiss. But then a few days later, they were in town for Americana Fest playing two shows. I went to both of them because they were probably like, this girl's crazy, but whatever. And I had a girlfriend surprise me. I told her where I was going and she was surprising me there. Brittany Brody, I'll call Brittany out. And she called me and she's like, Megan, I'm here at the show. I'm looking for these guys that you keep talking about. Um, and what's the race car driver's name that Zane looks like?
Oh,
Do you know what
Richard
I'm talking
Petty. Richard Petty, right?
about?
Yeah.
He was like, I think I'm here with your friend. He's like a Richard Petty looking mother effer. And I was like, Brittany, please be cool, please. And I heard him laughing in the background. Anyway, so I guess
That's great.
don't do anything, don't say anything about the song. She knew all about what I was chasing. And so by the time I got there, like she was like, "Oh yeah, he's in. I already talked to him about the song." And I was like so frustrated, so embarrassed. But anyway, so long story long. It took a really long time to get the vocal because since then they've like signed with Luke Combs management,
Mm-hmm.
and Morris for booking, so they are just so unbelievably busy. And yeah, so for a split second, it was maybe going to be the Wilder Blue, but there's just too much going on. So I got Zane's approval to be like just a feature of me and him, and Lyndon is who's their drummer. He's actually on there too. But yeah, it
Amazing.
took some time.
What a great
Yeah.
story. We're going to use that as a sneak peek if it's okay with you. We'll use that
Oh
as a sneak
God.
peek
I
of
hope
the.
it made sense. That's
It,
as condensed
it
as
was
I could.
great. It was great. No, you did a good job. And man, I'll tell you, it's so difficult nowadays to man, to conversate with somebody you've never met through email and try to articulate how much passion you have in what you do and why you
Yes.
want to have them. Like just for me, from my perspective, like I love what I do here. I'm so passionate about this and telling somebody's story, but trying to convey that to somebody you've never met and perhaps they have 100,000 or 1 million followers or whatever. They're not gonna necessarily spend an iota of a second on somebody with 5,000 followers on Facebook, but you want to convey
Yeah.
that passion and hope the passion shines through more than the numbers do. At least from my perspective. That's not from your
No,
perspective, but
I'm so grateful for what you do, and I have a little bit of a complex where when I'm speaking, I feel like no one's listening. I don't know if it's like an artist thing
yeah,
or what. So appreciate you letting me tell the story and letting me ramble, and I just want to underline how kind of a guy Zane is and
yeah,
has been through this process, and he didn't have to be a
Well,
part of this in
I've
any
been trying to
manner.
get Zane on this show or any of my shows in the past for a long time. And like I said, it's hard to know. You talk about the complex. It's hard to know if somebody has seen it or not. Or, like, have they seen it and they're ghosting you? Have they not seen it? Should I send it again? Is two too many
Like,
times? Is three too many times? Am I being
so
persevering or am I being annoying? Like, it's,
I know it's a fine line, man,
yeah,
and I truly attribute because and you know, Zane has shared a lot personally, like in the hideout, that he's been going through a lot in his personal life too. And I think, you know, I don't know
yeah.
if it's a secret, but I think he like publicly, but he handles himself so well
Mm,
despite all the stuff that's going on in his life. So I really am trying to say that I attribute it all to the song. I
yeah.
think the song guy, and I think he heard the song and he heard what I heard, which is like, I really think this song is special. Um, I know you
Incredibly
don't know.
special. And we're excited. We're going to show a live version of Megan playing this song completely unplugged for us right now. Y'all check it out. It's Cowboy's Church by Megan Barker, not Baker.
This is called Cowboy's Church. It's a valley by a creek with a mountain view. Fallen pine trees are front row pews. Meadowlark singing just like a choir. Ain't no talk of brimstone fire. Pots and pans in a King James Bible, hungry sinner sitting in the saddle. Ain't no steeple, ain't no cross, out on the range just talking to God. Who knew heaven was right here on earth? This right here is a cowboy's church. Peace blows through like a tumbleweed, stars at night like you've never seen. Got red dirt stains on the knees and hands. Ain't no doubt this is holy land. Holy land. Ain't no steeple, ain't no cross, out on the range just talking to God. Who knew heaven was right here on earth? This right here is a cowboy's church. Ain't no steeple, ain't no cross, out on the range just talking to God. Who knew heaven was right here on earth? This right here is a cowboy's church. Yeah, this right here is a cowboy's church. Ain't no doubt this is holy land.
All right, so we are back. That was Cowboys Church. Phenomenal song. Again, it's doing so well for you as well, rightfully so. And you have to be so proud of it. I know you said the song was kind of rushed, but boy, you don't feel that in the end production of it, do you?
I don't think so, and I attribute that to Dave Flynn, and there's some other great people who played on that. And the track is just been, it's just kind of been magical from the get-go. This whole experience, unlike anything else I've ever been a part of. I knew I wanted a lonesome fiddle, and that was kind of it's kind of like the only direction. I was like, "Hey, Flint, I hear a lonesome fiddle on the front," and he was like, cool, and then the rest is him.
And that's the past we were talking about earlier, like kind of an ode to the past of country music.
Yeah,
That is obviously a major part of your fiber, growing up
yeah.
with your mom and your dad. So it's kind of an ode to them. And I love the message behind the song. I'm not overly religious, probably never will be, but I understand the message of the song in kind of the perspective of, life gets you busy and you don't necessarily have to go to church to have a relationship. Your church can be anywhere. It doesn't have to have a steeple. It doesn't have to have all of those things. The songwriting is impeccable in it. It's relevant to people. It resonates with people of all walks of faith. And just kudos on the message in the song for sure.
Thank you so much. I think that's what we were shooting for, and I'm glad to hear it.